Wouldn't it be wonderful if you could start your next game of golf with a bang versus starting really, really badly? In this video, I'm going to explain a couple of key things that you might want to implement into your golf swing to try and start a little bit better than you currently do. Today I'm at the first hole at Bramshaw Golf Club. On the left-hand side, there's a lovely little old rustic cottage and a nice little garden. And the people that live there do not want your golf ball landing in their garden. Down the right-hand side is the 11th hole, and the people that are playing the 11th hole don't want your ball slicing over to that fairway either. So it's important you hit a good shot on this first hole. Most golfers run to the first tee stiff and not ready for golf at all, which means they're probably lacking in rotation, okay, and getting a little bit quick. That cottage over on the left-hand side is in jeopardy if people swing the club back without rotation, okay? So if the hips don't turn, the upper body doesn't turn, what you'll see is that handle's way out here. Here's two key things to look for in a golf swing that's powerful and functional. You want to look to try and make sure the hips rotate to a point where you might see a little triangle of light between the legs, okay? If I rotate fully, also, you're going to see a second triangle. And that second triangle appears just up through the arms, just here. So if I have less rotation, you don't see triangle here, and less rotation in the lower body, you see no gap through the legs. That results in very little depth of the golf swing. So if I rotate back at it, the club's coming in steep and swinging towards that rustic little cottage. If the face stays open relative to that, I'm going to end up with sliced golf balls as well that slice over to the right hand side of that fairway. So I've put a stick in the ground here, and this signifies a point just down by the ankle. When I rotate the lower body and the upper torso, I'm trying to get the handle over this line, okay? So not talking about where the club points or what the face angle is looking like. We're just trying to turn into a point where we have enough depth to keep that back turned to the target long enough to be able to deliver that club back on line. If you don't have that rotation, you lose that triangle at the top and the triangle between the legs, and now the hands are way out in front, and that's swinging back towards the cottage and leaving that face open also for that slow shot. So you want to try and feel that there's enough hip turn, looking at maybe 45 degrees here, up to 90 to 100 degrees in the upper torso, and that's going to get you into a position where the hands are much more over the line of the ankle. Okay, so here's a little look at that swing in slow-mo, or a little bit more detail. I'm going to take the club up to the top. There's that little triangle that you see up between the arms. There's the gap between the legs. Now if I feel like I keep the lead shoulder in front of me longer and my back stays turned longer, that club wants to fall inside. I'm not spinning the upper torso to the left quite so early through lack of depth. Now I feel like I'm swinging towards that cottage. That's going to be chaos. I can turn up to the top, gap between the legs, gap between the arms, feel like the body stays turned longer. And that is nowhere near that cottage, that's down the middle.